what a better way to start off the year with a new Weekend project? The Weekend just released his fifth studio album, Dawn FM, a direct sequel, direct follow up to After Hours. And yeah, this is my review of it. Is it good? Is it not? Did it live up to the expectations? Let's talk about it. So in Dawn FM, we follow the same character from After Hours, pretty much in this post breakup stage. This whole album is pretty much narrated by Jim Carrey, which does a fantastic job doing so. The Weeknd goes through um, the pain he feels after the breakup from After Hours and trying to become a better person, trying to uh, be free from all this, from all the regrets. Uh, and then, like halfway towards the end, he becomes a better person. He tries to change. He tries to be with one certain girl forever until that person has someone else, and then he feels cheated, even though he knows he doesn't deserve uh, to ask for much because he hasn't been a good person um, himself. And so when he finds that out, he pretty much goes back to being his old self again. And then she finds out his old past, and then it's just the Weekend going through the cycle all over again. Uh, he just can't seem to get rid of his past. And then in the ending, Jim Carrey pretty much comes through with a great, great poem. I'm telling you, Jim Carrey did a fantastic job with this. I love his contribution to this project. Um, he's talking about heaven is really within us all. It's just we have to find peace, and once we find peace, uh, then we'll be in heaven. Uh, but in order to find peace, we have to let go of the things that we regret, the things that we made, the mistakes we made. Once we do that, then we'll be in peace with ourselves. Then we can finally rest in peace. But yeah, is the album good? Is the concept good? I like the concept a lot, especially the whole concept of the whole radio thing, staying in the same station. Dawn FM 103.5, I think is the station. Um, yeah, I think the concept is well done, and honestly, it's better. The concept is better than After Hours. I feel like this album, as a whole, uh, it does a very good job at doing what it does. It sounds like it's a full, completed album. I'm not sure about you guys, but I am a huge fan of concepts. So whenever an artist does a concept album, I'm all for it. Whether it's good or bad, I still appreciate what the artist was trying to do. The transitions were done perfect, honestly. Hopefully, when they release the vinyl, hopefully they don't fuck up the transitions too much, because there's songs on here that flow well into each other. So hopefully that doesn't get fucked around in the vinyl pressings. Um, but yeah, it really felt like I was listening to the radio, but just a radio with hits after hits after hits. At this point, I don't think the Weeknd could miss. Honestly, he is really on the top of the game right now. And then the features, Tyler the Creator and Lil Wayne, both did their thing. They both pretty much came in and came out doing a great job. None of them really took the spotlight from the Weekend, so that is good to see. The first time I listened to this project, because I did listen to this project a couple of times before I formed a final opinion. Um, the first listen, I was like, like half the songs, I wasn't too sure if I liked them or not. Um, and then I don't know, I felt like it wasn't as good as After Hours. Obviously, this Dawn FM kept the same vibe, the same sound, the same production, the retro '80s beats production. um, as After Hours. So that was good to see, because if this is a direct sequel, I kind of want the same sound to be the same. But once I kept on listening to the album again and again, I kind of saw the concept, saw what the Weeknd was trying to do, and he does a very, very great job. This album as a whole, honestly, is better than After Hours. Like the album, like I could listen to Dawn FM and appreciate the art that the thing he was doing. Like it's a completed album, it's a completed story. Obviously, you still need to listen to After Hours to actually appreciate Dawn FM. Um, but like I was saying, if we're comparing album to album, uh, the Dawn FM is better than After Hours. But honestly, After Hours is better than Dawn FM in terms of just playing the songs alone without playing um, After Hours from beginning to end. Because I feel like Dawn FM, you can't really shuffle the album around. It just won't be as good. So you have to play it from top to bottom. The After Hours, you could shuffle it, even though I don't like shuffling albums. Uh, and you could pretty much enjoy the songs, honestly. Um, without having to play it from beginning to end. Um, you could I could even take out songs and play them on my playlist. While Dawn FM, I don't think I could really do that with every song. I could do it for like one or two songs, but I honestly can't, because if I play a song, then I'm gonna have to play the other song and then the song after that, and so I'm playing the whole album again. Let's talk about the songs now. Um, my favorites were, I think my favorite song is probably Out of Time. Um, that's probably my favorite song, but I also like Take My Breath, I think is what the single is called. I like that one. I also like the first or the second track on here, Gasoline. That song actually, I wasn't really too sure if I liked it or not when I first listened to it. But the more and more I listened to that song, the more and more I ended up enjoying it. But yeah, those are probably my top three favorite songs on here. But I also like Is There Someone Else and Less Than Zero. Those tracks are probably my favorite. But yeah, uh, the album as a whole, it does a very, very good job. The Weeknd, again, came in with another great project. Definitely, I mean, I guess it's the best album of the year so far. What other album is he going to compete with? What's my rating of this album? I actually like to give two ratings. The first one is scale from 1 to 10, and then the second one is it worth it to buy on physical media? Is it worth it to buy on CD? Is it worth it to buy on vinyl to expend extra money on the bigger version, or is it worth it to buy it both, because that's how good the album is? Or is it just an album that you're better off streaming the album and not really worth it to spend your money on it? You know, so is it worth it to buy on CD, vinyl, or both, or just streaming the album? Honestly, it's worth it to buy it on vinyl. It's worth it to buy it on vinyl just because um, it's really that good, honestly. And I feel like this album also would sound a lot better on vinyl. So it's worth it to buy on vinyl. If you're a Weekend fan, then it's worth it to buy both, and even the cassettes, since this album does have a cassette release. So yeah, if you're a Weekend fan, buy both. If you're just not a Weekend fan but want to know if you should buy the vinyl CD, buy the vinyl. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna be buying the CD and the vinyl. Now, scale from 1 to 10, the album is a 8 out of 10. It really is that good. Honestly, I feel like the more and more I listen to it, probably the more and more I'm gonna like it, which means I'm probably gonna give it a higher score, probably by the end of the year. But for now, 8 out of 10. Let me know what your guys' thoughts on this album is. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know. But yeah, that is all, guys. I will be reviewing the new Gunna album, so stay tuned for that. But until then,